That's credibility and our trust. Now, but Senator, believe me when I say that I and many other of my senior citizens here are terrified at what could very well happen to us if this hurriedly and haphazardly written bill is jammed down our throats. Just today I was able to see my doctor. This is unusual even under this situation. I got x-rays, I got an MRI, and it was so comforting to know I'm covered by Medicare and that I didn't have to go through a governmental goat rope and an abnormal waiting period for neither a government panel to tell me whether I can have it or not. So they can say no or yes or wait like in so many other countries. So just a few notes here. Bottom line, and my question to you is this, because I can't believe the smoke and mirrors and the bait and switch signals that are coming from the White House, is how can you add 40 to 50 million persons under Medicare, cut $500 billion, as I understand it, from the program, without rationing or denying people like me, the elderly, any of these other services that we're going to need? It sounds like they're going to be doing a lot of rationing, denying, and deferring. Medicare, as you say, does need fixed, but much of it works right now, and you mentioned what needs fixed. Why throw the baby out with the bathwater? Why don't we take small bites and care what's wrong? Thank you.
Well, I appreciate the comments, and what you have expressed is what I have heard from so many. Why throw the baby out with the bathwater? Well, I will tell you, and it goes back to my comments to the last gentleman. We've got a system here in Alaska that is failing our seniors if you can't get in to see a provider. Now, you're going to hear me say that many times tonight. I've got to figure out a way where we can address the concerns of Alaskans and people all over the country about rising costs of health care, rising costs of premiums, while at the same time providing you access to a doctor, somebody who can write your prescriptions and heal your body, fix you up. And our reality is right now we're not doing that. The legislation you've suggested has been rushed through. And I will tell you, we had a process in the Senate Health Committee that was not a good way to run a committee. We had a bill, a 1,000-page plus bill, that was presented to us as committee members for the first time on a Thursday night, and we were basically told, we're going to mark up on this bill on Tuesday morning, have your amendments in over the weekend. And oh, by the way, the section on the government option was not even included in the draft because it had not yet been written. Now, we did spend 4 weeks going through all aspects of the bill, but it was a process that, in fairness, was not a real effort to work through tough issues in a bipartisan way to make a bill better. The pressure on us was to get a bill out of committee yesterday. Well, when you set an arbitrary date for accomplishment of something, and you do not set as your priority advancing good policy, then what you're going to get is something that moves out of committee that is not good policy. I'm not willing to support anything that's not good policy for Alaskans.
Every 3 questions, we are going to be moving out to the group that is not sitting in here so we can make sure we get their voices in the room too. They're sending me in comments. And one that is sort of related, and it has to do with what is your position on the healthcare cooperatives that have been mentioned recently?
It's an excellent question because it's floating out there right now, has been under discussion for about a month or so. I wish that I had more details about it. In fact, I I made contact with the Senate Finance Committee just today to say, do you have any more in terms of the nuts and bolts of where you are with the specifics of a co-op? Because people are looking at this as well. Is this perhaps a way for us to go? What I was told today is that, in fact, there's still a great deal of discussion about the concept, that it may be something that can advance through this group of 6 that are working and ultimately be presented to us. But right now, it is more just a theory in concept. So I wish that I could share more with you. Now, there are some who have said that we absolutely positively can't go with a co-op. We need to stick with a public option. There are others who have said you can't go with a co-op because a co-op is nothing more than a Trojan horse for the public co-op for the public option plan. So we're going to have a clashing in the middle probably, but right now we don't know what it is. Here in Alaska, we've got familiarity with our rural electric co-ops, and we know how they work. How would that work within the healthcare field? I don't know that we know yet. Is it something that is worthy of discussion? Why shouldn't we talk about it? Why shouldn't we take the time to look at all of the options and all of the issues instead of saying this is the path that we must take and we must take it by this date? Let's put it out on the table.
The woman back with the blonde hair, blue, about halfway back. Can you turn around, sir? This way, on this side, right there, right in front of you. Right down in front of you.